Love is rarely announced with grand gestures at the beginning. More often it slips quietly into the details of everyday life, hiding in the little things that many overlook. A man who truly likes someone may never say the words out loud right away, but his actions, expressions, and presence begin to reveal the feelings he keeps tucked away. Attraction doesn't always arrive with fireworks. Sometimes it shows itself in a lingering look, a nervous smile, or the way he remembers something small that you once mentioned. These subtle behaviors are like whispers of the heart, soft, almost invisible, yet powerful enough to be felt deeply. When someone is secretly drawn to you, he will often express it in ways he may not even realize. The eyes, for instance, speak before the mouth does. Longer eye contact becomes a silent bridge, holding on for just a second too long because letting go feels impossible. He'll find reasons to be near you, weaving himself into your space through small excuses that may seem casual on the surface, but are intentional beneath. And while he might not confess directly, his memory will betray him. He'll hold on to tiny details about you that others quickly forget. The body also tells its own story. Mirroring your gestures, leaning closer when you talk, or positioning himself protectively around you are all unconscious signs of connection. Even the nervous energy that spills out when you're near, fidgeting, laughing too quickly, or stumbling over words, reflects how much your presence affects him. These behaviors don't come from practice. They come from instinct, from the rush of wanting to be close while fearing exposure. Beyond physical clues, his emotions find other ways to surface. He'll smile more often when you're around, even without reason, because your presence sparks genuine happiness. He'll try to impress you subtly, slipping in achievements or stepping forward to help when you least expect it. And when decisions arise, your opinions will matter to him more than anyone else's. This prioritization isn't just courtesy, it's proof that your voice carries weight in his world. Sometimes the signs are playful, like teasing you just to hear your laugh or making small jokes in hopes of brightening your mood. Other times they're quiet, like noticing when you change something small about your appearance or lingering near you, even when he doesn't have a reason to stay. Taken individually, these signs might seem ordinary, but together they paint a clear picture. He cares, more than he is ready to admit. These hidden clues aren't about perfection or grand declarations. They're about the small, consistent ways a man shows that you mean something to him. They are the subtle signals of affection, the quiet gestures of someone whose heart speaks louder than his words. If you look closely, you'll see that love doesn't always begin with a confession. It often begins with these silent signs, waiting for you to notice the truth behind them. 1. He maintains longer eye contact. He maintains longer eye contact because it is one of the most powerful, unspoken signs of attraction. When a man is interested in someone, his eyes tend to linger longer than usual, almost as if he is trying to connect beyond words. Eye contact has always been a window into feelings that people often try to hide, and when it stretches past a normal glance, it shows intention. He may not even realize he is doing it, but the subconscious desire to look at you, to observe your reactions, and to feel closer without touching is what drives this behavior. In crowded places, his eyes may keep returning to you, as though he is magnetically pulled back no matter how many distractions surround him. This isn't just about staring, it's about the softness in his gaze, the curiosity in his pupils, and the way he seems to focus only on you when he looks. At times you might notice him holding your eyes in moments when silence fills the room, almost as though he is speaking through his gaze. This can create an intimate atmosphere where no words are needed, yet the feelings are clear. It's a silent way of saying, "I'm drawn to you," without risking vulnerability through direct confession. Prolonged eye contact can also signal comfort and trust. When someone feels safe around you, they don't feel the need to look away quickly. He may want you to notice his attention, to sense that unspoken closeness. Even when he looks away, chances are he'll look back again, repeating the cycle, testing if you've noticed. Sometimes the gaze is accompanied by a smile or a slight blush. Other times it's more intense, holding a depth that feels almost unexplainable. This silent connection through eye contact can say more than 1,000 words, and it often reveals interest that he is too cautious or shy to voice out loud. 2. He finds excuses to be around you. He finds excuses to be around you because being close gives him a sense of comfort and connection that he cannot easily express in words. When a man is secretly interested, he will often look for reasons, big or small, to place himself in your presence. It might be as simple as walking by your desk more often than necessary, volunteering to help with a task you never asked for, or showing up at events he knows you'll attend. These little moments may seem casual, but they are intentional. Every excuse is an opportunity to spend time near you without directly admitting his feelings. Sometimes his presence might feel coincidental, but the frequency of these coincidences tells a different story. He may suddenly share an interest in your hobbies, join a group you're part of, or bring up conversations that lead him closer to your daily routine. Even when he doesn't have anything important to say, he still finds ways to linger, creating small windows of connection. For him, being nearby is enough. It allows him to observe you, share moments, and build familiarity in a way that feels safe and natural. The effort he puts into being around you is often subtle, but it speaks volumes. A man who isn't interested won't go out of his way to make his presence felt, but someone who likes you will find countless reasons to remain close. He might offer to carry something for you, ask unnecessary questions just to start a conversation, or even choose the same seating spot repeatedly. Each action may appear ordinary, but together they form a pattern of intention. In truth, these excuses are his way of testing boundaries while expressing care. He may be too reserved to confess openly, but through proximity, he's hoping you'll sense his affection. His silent wish is that these moments around you grow into something deeper, one small excuse at a time. He remembers tiny details about you. He remembers tiny details about you because he is paying closer attention than most people do. When a man is truly interested, he notices the little things that others might overlook. It could be the way you prefer your coffee, the song you casually mentioned weeks ago, or the story you told once about your childhood. These small details stay with him because, in his mind, they are connected to you, and remembering them makes him feel closer. Unlike someone who listens casually, he takes mental notes, holding on to the fragments of your personality that reveal who you are beneath the surface. This habit of remembering is more than politeness. It's a sign of genuine care and focus. People naturally retain information about what matters most to them, and if he recalls even the smallest details, it's because you matter to him. He may bring up your favorite movie in a later conversation, surprise you with something you once said you liked, or remind you of something you mentioned in passing. These moments show that he doesn't just hear you, he listens with intention. Sometimes this can feel surprising. You might forget what you told him, yet he recalls it word for word. That's because his interest sharpens his memory when it comes to you. He wants to know you better, and every detail feels like a piece of a bigger puzzle he's trying to understand. This also reflects emotional investment. He's not only attentive in the moment, but he carries your words with him long after. Remembering tiny details is his quiet way of showing that you hold a special place in his thoughts. It's as if he's saying, I see you, I hear you, and I value what you share with me. In a world where people often forget small things, his ability to recall yours stands out as a subtle yet powerful sign of deeper feelings. 4. He mirrors your gestures and expressions. He mirrors your gestures and expressions because it is an unconscious way of building connection. When a man is secretly interested, his body naturally tries to synchronize with yours, almost as if he is aligning himself with your energy. You might cross your arms and notice him doing the same a moment later, or you lean in slightly and he mirrors that movement without realizing it. These small reflections are not calculated. They are instinctive signs of rapport and attraction. Psychologists call this mirroring, and it often happens when someone wants to create a sense of closeness. By copying your gestures, tone, or facial expressions, he is subconsciously signaling, I'm like you, I understand you. It helps build comfort and makes interactions flow more smoothly. This behavior is especially revealing because it slips out naturally. He may not even be aware he's doing it. Yet it shows his focus is on you so deeply that his body begins to echo yours. You may also notice this in subtle ways, like him smiling when you smile, adjusting his posture when you move, or using similar words and phrases that you do. Even small expressions like tilting his head or raising his eyebrows can be mirrored. These actions show that he is tuned into your presence, almost like he's matching your rhythm. The beauty of mirroring is that it communicates interest without a single word. It creates harmony, making both of you feel more connected. When someone copies your movements or expressions, it's often because they feel safe around you and want to deepen that bond. In relationships, this unconscious mirroring becomes one of the clearest clues of hidden attraction. It's the body's way of revealing what the heart is trying to keep quiet. He gets nervous when you're nearby. He gets nervous when you're nearby because your presence stirs emotions he struggles to control. Attraction often creates a rush of adrenaline, and for him, that energy can translate into fidgeting, awkward movements, or stumbling over words. You might notice him adjusting his clothes more than usual, playing with his hands, or shifting his weight from one foot to the other. These little signs aren't about discomfort with you. They're about the intensity of his feelings and the fear of revealing them too obviously. Nervousness also shows up in the way he speaks. His voice might crack unexpectedly, he may talk faster than normal, or he might lose his train of thought mid-sentence. That's because being around you makes him hyper-aware of every word and action. The last thing he wants is to embarrass himself, but in trying too hard to appear composed, he gives away his interest even more. Sometimes the nervousness comes in the form of laughter. He might laugh at things that aren't really funny or laugh more loudly than usual just to cover up the tension he feels. Other times he may avoid eye contact briefly, not because he's uninterested, but because he's afraid you'll see the depth of his feelings in his eyes. What makes this nervousness meaningful is its consistency. If he reacts differently around you than he does with others, more restless, more cautious, more eager, it's a strong indicator of attraction. His nerves are a silent confession that you matter to him. Beneath the clumsy gestures and awkward silences lies the truth. Your presence alone is powerful enough to shake his usual confidence and reveal emotions he hasn't yet put into words. He leans closer. He leans closer while talking because physical proximity is one of the clearest unspoken signs of interest. When a man is drawn to you, he instinctively wants to shorten the space between you, even in casual conversations. Leaning in shows that he's not just politely listening, but fully engaged and eager to connect. It signals that your words hold weight for him, and he doesn't want to miss a single detail. This closeness is more than about hearing you better. It's about feeling closer emotionally while using body language to express something he might not be ready to say outright. Often, leaning in happens naturally when the conversation is important or intimate. He might tilt his head slightly toward you, angle his body in your direction, or rest his arms closer to where you're sitting. Even in group settings, he finds subtle ways to close the gap, positioning himself beside you or leaning over when you speak, as though you are the center of his attention. These gestures create a private bubble between the two of you, even in crowded places. Leaning closer can also reveal trust and comfort. A man who doesn't feel safe or doesn't care much will keep his distance, but one who is genuinely interested will unconsciously reduce that distance. It's his body's way of saying, I want to be near you, I want to understand you, and I'm comfortable in your presence. Sometimes it's so subtle that you only notice when you step back slightly, and he instinctively follows, closing the space again. This repetition shows it isn't coincidence, it's intention. By leaning in, he creates a sense of intimacy that makes your conversations feel more personal and meaningful. It's a quiet but powerful clue that he's not just interested in what you're saying, but in you. 7. He smiles more around you. He smiles more around you because your presence naturally brings out his joy and excitement. When a man is secretly attracted to someone, his emotions show through his expressions, often before he can control them. A smile becomes his instinctive response whenever he sees you, hears your voice, or shares even the smallest interaction with you. It may not always be a wide grin. Sometimes it's a shy half smile, a playful smirk, or a subtle curve of the lips that appears the moment you walk into the room. These smiles aren't just casual politeness. They reveal genuine happiness. tied specifically to you. You may notice that his smile lingers longer when he's around you compared to others. Even during serious conversations, his face softens in your presence, as though he can't help but feel lighter when you're near. Sometimes his smile appears without any reason. You didn't say something funny, yet he's smiling simply because he enjoys being around you. This involuntary reaction is one of the strongest clues that you have a special effect on him. Smiling also acts as his way of reassuring you and creating comfort. He wants you to feel at ease with him, so his smile works like an unspoken message. I'm happy to be here with you. In group settings, you might catch him smiling more when you're the one speaking, or even laughing at your jokes louder than others do, just to highlight his attention. What makes these smiles significant is that they're often paired with warmth in his eyes, what people call genuine smiles. His entire expression lights up, showing that his feelings run deeper than surface-level friendliness. In truth, those repeated smiles are his heart's silent confession, revealing that being with you makes him feel good in ways he doesn't yet know how to put into words. He tries to impress you. Subtly, he tries to impress you subtly because he wants you to notice his value without making it too obvious. Instead of bold declarations, he chooses small but meaningful actions that showcase his strengths. It could be him casually mentioning an achievement, stepping in to solve a problem when you're around, or making sure you see his skills at work. These efforts often look natural on the surface, but they are carefully placed opportunities to stand out in your eyes. For example, he may dress a little sharper when he knows he'll see you, or he may share a funny story at just the right time to make you laugh. If you're part of a group, he might take the lead in conversations, show confidence, or highlight talents in a way that subtly draws your attention. Even his gestures, like holding the door, offering help, or remembering something you like, are small ways of saying, I'm worth noticing. What makes these attempts different from regular behavior is the timing. He tends to do them when you're present, because your opinion matters more than anyone else's. He doesn't want to come across as trying too hard, so the effort is wrapped in subtlety, leaving you to sense the intention without him spelling it out. This behavior is rooted in both attraction and vulnerability. By impressing you, he's hoping you'll see him as special, but by doing it subtly, he protects himself from rejection. These understated gestures are his safe way of saying, he cares what you think, and while he may never admit it openly, his quiet efforts to stand out reveal how much your attention means to him. 9. He prioritizes your opinions. He prioritizes your opinions because what you think genuinely matters to him, and he wants you to feel valued in his world. When a man is secretly interested, he pays attention not only to what you say, but also to how you feel about certain things. He might ask for your input before making decisions, even on small matters, just to involve you. It could be as simple as asking which outfit looks better, what movie he should watch, or which option you'd pick in a situation. By doing this, he shows that your perspective carries weight, sometimes even more than his own. This behavior also appears when he changes or adjusts something based on your feedback. If you casually mention that you dislike a certain habit, he may quietly stop doing it. If you express admiration for a certain quality, he might highlight that side of himself more. These aren't coincidences. They're deliberate choices influenced by your opinions because he values them deeply. In conversations, you might notice him nodding along, carefully listening, and even defending your viewpoint when others disagree. He may go out of his way to acknowledge your thoughts, repeating them or pointing out how insightful they are. This is his subtle way of showing respect and letting you know he sees your voice as important. The reason behind this prioritization is simple. He wants to connect with you on a deeper level. By valuing your input, he is not just trying to impress you, but also trying to build trust and harmony. When a man consistently puts your opinions above casual chatter or treats them as a guide for his own actions, it's a quiet yet powerful sign of genuine care and attraction. It's his way of saying, your voice matters more than you realize. 10. He notices small changes in your appearance. He notices small changes in your appearance because he is paying close attention to you, often more than you realize. When a man is secretly interested, even the tiniest shift in how you look stands out to him. It could be something as subtle as a new hairstyle, a different shade of lipstick, or a change in the way you dress. While others may overlook these details, he picks them up almost instantly, because his focus is drawn to you every time you enter the room. This awareness isn't just about physical attraction, it's about the emotional connection he feels. By noticing, he shows that he values the effort you put into yourself and wants you to know he sees you. Sometimes he may comment directly, saying things like, "Did you get a haircut? It looks nice," or "That color really suits you." Other times, his reaction is more silent, an extra glance, a smile, or a shift in his expression that betrays his admiration. What makes this behavior meaningful is consistency. If he's always the first one to spot even the smallest change, it shows that he's been observing you closely. This level of attentiveness comes naturally when someone holds a special place in the heart. His mind catalogs your image so well that even minor differences catch his eye, and he can't help but respond. Noticing small changes is also his way of making you feel special. Many people crave to be seen and appreciated, and by paying attention to these details, he's giving you that affirmation without saying too much. It's a subtle form of flattery, a quiet reminder that in his eyes, you stand out enough for him to notice what others miss. But he gets protective. Without realizing it, because his feelings for you naturally trigger a desire to keep you safe and comfortable. This kind of protectiveness often shows up in subtle ways. He may instinctively walk on the side of the road closest to traffic, hold a door open, or check in on you if it's late at night. These small acts might seem ordinary, but they carry deeper meaning when they happen consistently in your presence. They reveal his concern, even if he never puts it into words. Sometimes his protectiveness is more emotional than physical. If someone makes a negative comment toward you, he might jump in to defend you. Or if you're feeling down, he'll go out of his way to lift your spirits. He may not even realize how quickly he shifts into this role. It's a reflex born from genuine care. His body language also gives it away. He may position himself closer to you in crowded spaces, glance around to make sure you're comfortable, or lean forward if he senses any kind of tension around you. What makes this behavior powerful is that it often appears without him planning it. Protectiveness isn't about grand gestures or dramatic actions. It's about the instinctive choices he makes because you matter to him. He doesn't want to control you. Instead, he wants to ensure that you feel secure and supported when he's around. This unconscious protectiveness is a quiet but telling clue. It reflects not only his attraction, but also his emotional investment. By trying to shield you from discomfort or harm, even in small ways, he's revealing that your well-being is important to him, so much so that his instincts can't help but show it. He initiates conversations frequently. Because he's looking for reasons to connect, even if there isn't always something important to say. When a man is secretly interested, silence feels like distance, and he fills that space by reaching out to you. It could be through casual greetings, random questions, or comments about small things just to keep the dialogue flowing. Even if the topic seems unimportant, like the weather, a new show, or a shared memory, it's not about the subject, it's about staying close to you through words. This behavior reveals effort. Instead of waiting for you to start a conversation, he takes the lead, showing that you're on his mind. He might text you first, stop by to talk in person, or find ways to spark a chat in group settings. Even when conversations drift into light or playful territory, the real meaning lies in his consistency. He's not just talking. He's reaching out repeatedly because he values every chance to hear your voice and share a moment with you. You may notice that he often chooses timing that feels personal, like checking in after your day or starting a conversation at moments when he knows you're free. This shows that he's not only initiating, but also paying attention to your routine. It's his way of making sure he can be part of your daily life without seeming too forward. The significance of this lies in his persistence. People don't regularly initiate conversations with those they're indifferent to. His eagerness to start a dialogue, no matter how ordinary the subject, is a quiet declaration of interest. Through every hello, every small joke, and every random question, he's saying one thing: he wants to be closer to you. He playfully teases you. Because humor gives him a safe way to express affection while testing the waters of your comfort level. When a man is secretly interested, light teasing becomes his way of drawing attention to you and creating moments of shared laughter. Instead of grand confessions, he uses jokes, nicknames, or playful remarks to build a connection that feels natural and fun. The teasing isn't meant to hurt or embarrass. It's gentle, often laced with a smile, and carefully balanced so it never crosses into disrespect. This behavior also allows him to stand out from others around you. By teasing, he creates inside moments, little exchanges that feel personal and unique to your bond. It might be him playfully imitating something you said, making a joke about a small habit of yours, or exaggerating something in a way that makes both of you laugh. These interactions build a sense of closeness, because shared humor is one of the strongest ways people connect emotionally. Teasing also gives him a chance to gauge your reaction. If you respond with laughter, play along, or tease him back, it reassures him that you enjoy the banter. This back and forth creates a spark that often feels flirtatious without being too direct. If he weren't interested, he wouldn't put in the effort to create this kind of playful energy. What makes playful teasing powerful is its subtlety. It's lighthearted enough to pass as friendly, but consistent enough to signal deeper feelings. Beneath the jokes lies his true intention, to make you smile, to grab your attention, and to create a bond that feels different from ordinary interactions. In his own way, teasing becomes a love language, one that says, "I like you," without ever needing to say the words outright. 14. He tries to make you laugh. He tries to make you laugh because your smile is a reward that means more to him than words can express. When a man is secretly attracted, humor becomes one of his strongest tools to win your attention and affection. He might tell lighthearted jokes, share funny stories, or exaggerate situations in a playful way, just to see you laugh. Sometimes his attempts might even be a little over the top, but the effort shows he cares about how you feel in his presence. Your laughter reassures him that he can brighten your mood, and that makes him feel closer to you. This behavior is more than casual friendliness. It reflects an emotional investment. He doesn't try this hard to make everyone laugh. He saves the best of his humor for you. Even if the joke isn't perfect, the real message lies in his persistence. He wants to be the reason you smile, the person who can turn an ordinary moment into something memorable. It's his way of creating shared joy, which is one of the foundations of deeper connection. You may also notice that his humor often adjusts to your taste. If you enjoy witty remarks, he'll lean into clever jokes. If you prefer silly humor, he won't hesitate to be playful. This adaptability shows that he's paying attention to what makes you laugh, tailoring his efforts to your personality. What makes this significant is that laughter breaks barriers. By making you laugh, he not only creates comfort, but also builds intimacy in a natural way. It's his subtle way of saying, "I want to see you happy, and I'll go out of my way to make that happen." His determination to spark your laughter is a quiet but powerful clue of the feelings he may not yet put into words. He lingers around even without a reason. He lingers around even without a reason because being near you is enough for him, even if there's nothing specific to do or say. When a man is secretly attracted, he doesn't always need a clear excuse to stay. Your presence alone feels like a reason. You may notice him hanging back after a group activity, taking longer to leave a place when you're still there, or simply positioning himself nearby in ways that seem casual but are actually intentional. This lingering often feels subtle, but the pattern reveals his interest. He might pause before walking away, start small conversations to extend his time with you, or quietly stay in the same space while pretending to be occupied with something else. These actions show that he values the atmosphere created when you're around and doesn't want it to end too quickly. Sometimes the lingering is silent. He may sit quietly near you, scroll on his phone, or engage in something that gives the illusion of purpose. But the truth is that he just doesn't want to leave your side. Other times he uses this extra time to notice you more closely, watch your reactions, or simply enjoy the comfort your presence gives him. What makes this powerful is that it goes beyond necessity. People usually move on once their reason for being somewhere is done. But when he lingers without any practical need, it shows that you are the reason. Even in silence, his choice to remain near you is a quiet confession of interest, one that doesn't need words to be understood. It's his way of saying, "I'm not ready to leave you just yet."